What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we're building an underground storage room. Let's get started. What's up everyone? We've got a lot of work ahead of us today. Oh, that's cool. Looks like the beacon's going up into the sun. Yeah, a lot of work, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I went ahead and set up my beacon over here. I said that I didn't really care about speed or haste or anything, but as I got to thinking about the projects that I have planned, I realized that having haste 2 is actually really going to help. And so I went ahead and got that set up, got haste 2 going. And yeah, whenever I start a new base, one of the very first things I like to build is a storage building with lots of chests because I've got a lot of stuff. I brought a bunch of shulker boxes with me and I don't want to just leave all this stuff in shulker boxes. I want to get it organized so I can start building other things. And so because my base is in the middle of this mountain range that's surrounding me, I want the storage building to be kind of central to all of it. I really like this little grassy area down here, and so this is where I want to build this thing. So to get started, I need to clear off these trees. I need to get them out of the way. I'm guessing that haste 2 has an effect on my axe as well, because I'm just tearing through this wood and the leaves, which normally I don't tear through that fast. Alright, and with the trees removed, I'll leave some of those around the outside, and the remaining leaves, they can just wither on their own. I'm also going to fill in these little holes right here, but I also want to fill in this whole central area just a little bit. I'm just going to raise it up by one level because I'm eventually going to build something right here. I realize that I'm building right here right now, but what I'm going to build here is not like this little inside area that's one block lower is just a little bit too small. So I'm going to raise it up by one block and fill in these gaps with dirt and everything so it's all a little bit more level. Alright, got this whole area cleared out. I guess not cleared out, but filled in. So it's now the same level with more of the area around it, which gives us a lot more space to build. Now, I'm actually going to be doing this build underground. I am going to be building something here on the surface next, probably on the weekend update, but today's build is mainly going to be underground. So first thing I want to do is find the center of this area. It doesn't have to be the exact center, I just want it to be a good ballpark center. So here I am at 244. This side's at 273, that's a difference of 30, so let me come in by 15. So 259 is right there. Let me measure out this side. Yeah, so that's roughly the center. I mean, it's not exact because this isn't an exact circle, but it should be pretty close. Now, I'm actually going to make a big circle around this thing. The circle is going to be 17 blocks in diameter, so I need to go out 8 blocks in each direction. Like that. And so I'll come out to one of these sides, and the shape for this thing's pretty simple. It's going to be 5 blocks on one side, and then we'll go in 2, and then we'll do 1, 1, and then over here we'll do 2, and then 5 on this side again. So it's 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way around like that. There we go. Filled in all those blocks with light blue wool just so it stands out a lot better. Because again, this thing that I'm marking out right now, it's not today's build, but it is something that I want to be there, and I'm going to be building directly under it, so I wanted to go ahead and get it marked out. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this side and I'm going to start digging a little staircase that goes down. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting in the stairs for this because these stairs are going to be here long term. These are part of they're part of today's build, I guess. And then once I get down here, I'm going to skip the top layer and I'm going to start digging out this whole area right underneath the surface. And that's part of the reason for putting the blue wool in is I can see the blue wool from below, and so it helps me know where the edges of this area should be. This is also why I wanted the haste effect on the beacon. Now I figured this would happen just because of where I built my base. It looks like right under here it is starting to break through into the underground cave. That's okay, I'm just going to fill this whole area in, not the whole area, but I'm going to seal it up so you don't see this cave over here. Alright, cleared this whole area out. It's a little bit messy on the sides, but that's okay. I went back a little bit farther than the light blue ring of wool because I'm going to be replacing the walls. I don't want walls that are just a combination of dirt and stone and coal and whatever else may be down here. I'm going to replace the walls with something that actually looks nice. And so I put down some wool to help you measure. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks deep from the very top layer of grass. And I went ahead and built stairs on the other side as well. So I've got 2 little staircases coming down in here. Right now I've just got some temporary dirt to help me get out. And so now let's build something down here in the middle to make it a little bit easier to get in and out without having to use dirt. So I'm actually going to finish up the stairs first because I need the stairs in place so that I know where to build the thing at the bottom. So all I'm doing is putting some upside down stairs behind each of these stairs. And then I want the staircase to be 3 blocks wide instead of 1, but the opening is only going to be 1. So at the very top right here, I'm going to do a sideways stair. Not sideways, it's just going to be facing, yeah, I guess I would call it sideways. It's going to be facing sideways, not the same direction as the one next to it. And I'll do one on the other side as well. And then we'll do stairs that are just facing forwards next to each of those. Except down here at the bottom, we're going to do the same thing. We'll do a sideways stair like that. Do the same thing on this side, and then sideways stair at the bottom, and then we'll do the upside down stairs behind all of those. So you should have something that looks like that going up, which I think looks really nice. We'll do the same thing on this side as well. Now we're going to turn our attention to this middle area. So this middle area, I'm going to do some just regular stone brick blocks in the middle like this, and actually need a few more because I want it to go around under the stairs as well. So this is basically going to be a 5x5 platform with part of it being underneath the stairs. And then around that we're going to do more stairs like this to create this sort of central dais that you can step down from. There we go. Now this will be how we get in and out. It's a nice wide staircase that you're not going to fall off of, but it kind of tapers down to a 1 block entrance at the top. Alright, so now let's put in some better walls in this area down here. And for this, I think I'm going to use a combination of spruce and dark oak, which is why I brought so much spruce and dark oak. So I think what I want to do is where these little 1 block wide, where these little 1 block wide pieces are in the circle at the top, I'm going to go behind that. So right there and right there. Which now that I look at that those aren't in the same place now. So I guess right there. We're going to come down to the ground with spruce on both of those spots like that. And I'm going to do this in each corner. And then I'm actually going to come strip all of these. I've been experimenting a little bit more this season with stripped logs instead of keeping the bark on there. And I actually really like, in some cases, I really like the stripped logs. Now for pretty much everything else, I think I'm going to use dark oak. So I'll do, looks like I need to go back a little bit further in some of these places. I'm going to do dark oak there. I'm not going to go all the way up to the ceiling yet because I think I want to do some upside down stairs around the ceiling. So I'm going to leave a blank there. And basically just the block behind all of the light blue wool on top is where I'll do the dark oak. I think I'll do like one side and then maybe come back and do some slabs or some stairs kind of mixed in to add a little bit more, just some variety to the pattern. I think if we just do the same block from ground to roof, it's going to be very, very flat and kind of boring and plain. There we go. So what do we think of that? I did the upside down stairs at the top. I'm not going to do it all the way around. I'm just stopping where we reach the spruce. And then I put some stairs kind of in the middle layer here. I'm not going all the way across with it. I think that adds a nice pattern. That looks good. I think because I have these stairs here, I need to turn these in pieces like that. That looks a lot better. And I'm thinking maybe also we replace that piece and that piece. I'll need to get up in there. Let me get some scaffolding. Maybe we'll put a piece behind that, and right there I want to put a lantern. So let me put a lantern right there. We'll take a step back, see how that looks. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, this is actually starting to look a little bit like a face. maybe not. I don't know. Let's see how it looks when I get the whole thing put in. You know, it does look a little bit like a face, but I can live with it. It looks good. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to repeat the same pattern on all the other sides. There we go. This is looking good. I got all 4 sides put in. That was weird. I thought I saw a name tag. That's weird. There's like... Oh, I think it's like a piece of stone that's floating. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it was just floating inside the stair. I thought it was a name tag that appeared momentarily, and I'm like, who just joined my Let's Play world? Okay, so this is looking good. Got all 4 sides put in. This side I'm leaving open because this is where I'm going to build our new storage room, and so I don't want to seal off that side of the wall, so I just left it open for now. One last thing I want to do over here is these corners in between the spruce logs. Because I didn't do the stairs all the way around, there's now dirt exposed there, and I can't replace that with, you know, a stair or something because that is the surface, that's grass. And so instead I'm just going to put a slab underneath the dirt there, the grass, so you don't see the bottom of the grass block, and it will make it look like the rest of this. I think that looks good. Now I want to do something with the floor, because we're not just going to leave the floor as stone. I want the floor to be some kind of wood as well. And it's a generally agreed upon rule that your floor and your walls should not be the same material. So what I think I'm going to do now is break out the spruce, and we'll do the floor out of spruce. So I'm going to tear all this up, and I'm going to use spruce slabs. You know I like to use slabs for floors and roofs where I can, just because it saves resources. And I think I want to mix in some kind of pattern here. I don't want the whole thing to just be spruce slabs. And so what I'm thinking is maybe in between these columns of the stripped spruce logs, I'm going to do something different here. I thought about maybe deep slate, like tiled deep slate, but I kind of think I want all of this down here to be wood. So maybe I'll do the dark oak here. I realize that my walls are made out of dark oak, but the floor is mostly going to end up being spruce. And so I think we can maybe sprinkle in some dark oak and it won't matter. And I'm going to try not stripping this to begin with. Let me leave it unstripped and we'll see how that looks when I'm done. Yeah, you know what? I think I love this. I think I do. I think it works really, really well. I like having the dark oak in there. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is kind of place one more dark oak log in each corner like this, and I'll come back and maybe put like a flower pot or something on top for decoration. I think that looks really good. One thing I like about this design is, even though right now I'm planning on doing storage on this side and the other 3 sides are just blocked off, I could decide later that I want to do something over here and just knock out that wall and put maybe like a super smelter back there, knock out this wall and maybe put, I don't know, some cattle or something. And so it's very, very expandable. That's something I love about building underground, is it's very easy to expand in each direction. And it doesn't matter what I have up here. I could build something, I am going to build something right here. I might build some stuff over there. It doesn't matter. I can have all these little like network of things running beneath all of it on the underground. It'll look really nice. Actually, I take it back. I'm not going to put dark oak here. I'm going to put crafting tables. I'm going to do one crafting table in each corner. I was about to move my crafting table up against the wall, and I thought, you know what, let me put it in the corner. I think that'll work out better, and that way there's actually, yes, a third thought. Let me put it in the ground like that. Yeah. I actually really like having the crafting tables down in the ground. I think the top of the crafting table has a really nice texture to it, and it's a good way to just kind of hide it out of sight, but you can still access it and use it, which is really cool. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I really, really like that. Okay, so now we can turn our attention to the storage area. So it's going to be over here. I left a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide gap. And this area is actually going to need to be 11 blocks wide total, but back on this side. So I can leave this front wall, but eventually it's going to end up going back another 1, 2, 3 blocks on that side and 3 blocks on that side, I believe. But to get started, I'm going to dig out a little column right here and right here, and we're going to replace that with our spruce like we did in the corners over there. And just like we did over there, we're going to strip these. And then I'm going to go ahead and dig back a little bit more. I don't know how deep I want this storage area to be just yet, but it's basically going to be a repeating pattern. And so I can do one section first, show you what I'm kind of planning, and then I can knock out the additional sections and keep going back as far as I need to build this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is each section is going to be 4 blocks wide. So let me go 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th row over here, I'm going to do some more spruce like this. And hello. Wow. Okay, I figured that this would happen. I figured I would end up digging back into that massive cave back there. This might be a little bit of a problem because it looks like the area that I'm going to be digging into is like, I'm not going to be able to go back very far in this direction either before I hit that cave. That's not going to matter so much on this side because this is all going to be chests. But on that side, you know what? I have an idea. I have a plan. I'm not going to spoil it. Just know I have a plan. So I'll do more stripped spruce right there. Let me get that top piece. And then this whole section is going to be chests. And different areas are going to be different depths. And so because there's cave like right there, I think I'm only going to go back 2 blocks for this one. In fact, most of the sections are only going to be 2 blocks deep. There's really just going to be one section that's going to be deeper than that, and that's going to be for my mass storage. That's going to be things that require more than a single double chest of storage, like cobblestone and stone and dirt and stuff like that. I'm going to have all that in one section, and then everything else will just be 2 blocks deep like this. So I was going to put my mass storage on this side, but I think maybe I'll put it over here. Well, there's cave on that side too. I think I might have a little bit more space to work with on this side, so I'll do it over here. When I said this thing's going to be 11 blocks wide, it's really just for this one section that's going to have a little bit deeper chests, and everything else doesn't have to be 11 blocks. It can really only be like 7 blocks wide, I think. So I'm also going to dig up the ground. I'm going to end up putting a floor in here as well, like I did over here. It's going to be a little bit different floor, but I still need to replace these blocks, so I want to go ahead and dig them up. And so I'll start with this section over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put dark oak planks behind all of the chests so that you don't see dirt or stone behind them, because chests aren't solid. There's a little bit of a gap behind them and around them. All right, so there's all of our dark oak. I had to extend the spruce logs down 1 more block. And so I'm going to put double chests like this going from floor to ceiling. And so it's going to be 5 blocks tall. But this bottom section is going to be, there's going to be slabs and stairs down there. So let me go ahead and make those. I'm going to do stairs like this going down the middle. And then we'll do slabs against the edges like that. So the bottom chest is actually going to be partially hidden by the slabs, but you can still get to it. And then this whole middle area will be at the same level as the rest of the floor like this. So as you're walking through, you can actually reach this bottom chest even though it's below you, and you can still reach these top chests. And so everything's going to be accessible. And then like I said, this section is going to be for mass storage. So it's actually going to be 2 blocks deep instead of 1. And I'm going to do the chest this way. Now to kind of finish each section off, I'm going to get up here and we're going to put some dark oak slabs across the top right above the chest. And that way it'll be a nice ceiling, but you're still going to be able to open these top chests. So the reason the mass storage section was done a little bit different is because basically each column is going to be a single resource type. So like this column will all be cobblestone, all be stone, deep slate, whatever else. I mean, those are just examples. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet. And so I can put like an item frame on top to represent the entire column and still be able to access all the chests below it. I don't like putting item frames on the sides of chests that are turned sideways like this because it makes it very hard to open the chest. But all my other storage chests like this, I can just put an item frame on one side and still be able to open it very easily from the other side. So this will all be mass storage. This will just be normal storage. And then I think maybe these bottom chests periodically I'll alternate like regular chest, trap, regular, trapped. So I can have some single chest down at the bottom for things that don't require a double chest. I might do that as well. So that's the plan. I'm going to do another 2 or 3 sections of just regular storage like this. This will be the only mass storage section for now. And then we'll be able to finish this up. All right, y'all, time for the big reveal. Here is our new underground. It'll eventually be a workroom. Like I'll put in some other, furnaces, blast furnaces, anvil, stuff like that. Probably like in these little walls right here. But here is our new storage area. Check it out. Really, really happy with how this turned out. Threw in some glowstone for lighting. Had to go back to my old base to get those because, of course, I didn't bring glowstone with me to my new base. I did end up replacing some of the double chests with trap chests. Alternating regular chest and trap chest, they won't connect to form a double chest like this. This way I've got a couple of chests that I can just put things in that aren't going to fill up a double chest. Also put in some barrels in the ground for the same purpose. I think it looks really nice and it provides a little bit more storage for things that don't require double chest. So even though this area isn't very big, I've got more storage here than I did at my old base just because I've made really good use of the space, I think. And especially this area over here for bulk storage for all my stone and deep slate. Really looking forward to having enough space for all that. And then here's what I did on the end where I broke through to the cave. I just enclosed it with glass and made this nice little viewing area. It's kind of hard to see right now because the cave isn't lit up, but as I start doing stuff down there, I'll probably... I'm definitely going to add a lava waterfall somewhere in there, which will look really nice from here and help light up the area. Maybe throw in like some glowstone or some other things to help light up the cave. So you've got a nice vantage point from here. But overall, very happy with how this area turned out. That's going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really happy with how this storage area turned out, really how this whole underground area turned out. And I'm looking forward to building the top half of it this coming weekend update. So stay tuned for that. Big shout out to my patron, the Rabid Donkey. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all and have a great day.